This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
Hey!
Good evening, ladies and
Good evening.
gentlemen. I am sorry we're a minute late. For some reason, I decided to turn green on camera, and we had to have a bit of a costume change.
Yeah, the technical difficulties.
Yeah, costume change last minute. Sorry, ladies and gents. Right, how's it all going?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. It don't feel like we were on that long ago, but it was Sunday, wasn't it?
It was Sunday, mate. Yes, very much so.
Hey,
Sunday.
Pat. Hey, Dave. Hey, Lana.
No,
Oh,
the movie chats extra does throw you, doesn't it, a little bit?
it did a little bit. It's like, God, is it Thursday already?
Where's the Joker's hat gone now? I've knocked it off. Where he fell off?
Honestly, guys, we just spent the last... Hey, Cherry. We just spent the last 5 minutes trying to figure out why every time you walked on screen, it went green.
I don't know. I've knocked my Joker's hat off.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't,
If worst comes to worst, you might have to just do a voiceover from the background.
yeah. Well, it's about time you did something
Exactly.
for the channel anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So, how was your week, mate? Was it all right?
Yeah, it was okay. I managed to get out to a car boot on Sunday, so I managed to get some bits to trade in. So I've done all right with that.
Mm.
So I didn't spend a lot, but I managed to get enough money to trade in and order some stuff from CEX and have a bit more of a voucher left as well. So it wasn't too bad at all.
Oh, that's not so bad. I went to CEX and traded some stuff in, and yeah.
What about pouring them when you went in?
Yeah. Well, Lana went to me, come on, let's get out the shop now. You trade in, and I said, oh no, I'm just having a look. And she went, no, because you're going to spend your voucher. And I was in there longer looking for something to spend my voucher on than I was trading the stuff in.
Ah, fair enough.
So yeah, right. So yeah, it seems a bit close because Sunday was Movie Chats Extra. Thank you for the guys that have watched it. We've had 95 views on Movie Chats Extra.
I'm not a freaking second. Oh, that's why. I was thinking there's too many parcels here. It's because that other one's come through from you, innit?
Oh, you're going to open it now? Why?
Well, well, yeah, I'm not going to do it like now. No, I'll do it. Cheeky shit. I'll do it. I'll do it when we do that bit.
Okay.
I just realised that your address was on it because I was like, hang on a second. Most of them are in one box that I ordered, so.
Yeah, so thank you for those that have watched Movie Chats Extra. We had 95 views on that.
Wow, really?
So far, so that's absolutely brilliant. So it means that you're enjoying it and stuff like that.
Thank you, guys.
We have someone that's joined us via Facebook saying hello, people. If you're on Facebook, you need to verify something on Facebook so it comes up to tell me who you are, because like I say, it just says Facebook user for me. So thank you for joining us. If you are watching via Facebook, please do move over to YouTube and join into the side chat. You miss so much that's going on there. You don't see it. But thank you for joining anyway. Evening, Santa. Thank you for joining us. Evening.
Hey, Santa.
Thank you for coming in, mate. Right. Let's make a headway into homework.
Okay.
Okay, so this week's homework was possibly the best football film ever made, was Escape to Victory.
Possibly the best football film ever made.
Of course, possibly the best football film ever made, Escape to Victory.
Okay.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Right. What did you think, Steve?
I thought it wasn't the Great Escape, but I enjoyed it. I got that vibe for quite a lot of the movie. That it was sort of another version of that. But yeah, it was ironically, I found it in a charity shop the other day. So I was like, I'm sure that rings a bell. That does. Anyway, when I got home, I just double checked and I was like, yes, it's the movie this week. But like, obviously, it was like one of those 4 for £1 jobbies, so I picked that up. But yeah, I just rang a bell. I was like, we've discussed it. I can't remember, but I'm going to pick it up anyway. So I sat there yesterday and watched it.
So when you're talking The Great Escape, yes, there is large vibes of The Great Escape. Obviously, you've got your British and your foreign soldiers in the prison camp. You've got your token American, which in this case is Sly Stallone instead of Steve McQueen. For me, it's possibly, you see, Mean Machine, Shabba's mentioned a Mean Machine there. Football doesn't come across well on the big screen. Because
I don't know, Goal did. I enjoyed Goal.
Because it is scripted and everything else. And I know the Escape to Victory is scripted. But you've also got your professional footballers in there as well.
I'm not buying that Michael Caine used to play for West Ham.
Michael Caine never, no. But you've got Bobby Moore, you've got Pele, you've got half the Ipswich team from that era. They're in it because they were the best team one of the best teams in Europe at that time.
Yeah.
So they can actually play football. It
was a good movie, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it, but just like I say, there was just a lot of it was like I could see this being in The Great Escape, this bit. And then especially like when he escapes from the showers and stuff.
Yeah.
I did think he'd get picked up earlier, though. I didn't think it would be. I thought, he won't get out of the camp, should we say?
Because, like you say, it is very much deathmatch escapism. Your Great Escape type of scenario, but it is also like Mean Machine, The Longest Yard, and
well, I mean, the thing is the period. I mean, the best football movies really are going to be. Like Chris said there, The Keeper, good movie. And then obviously there's only one Jimmy Grimble. That's all you need to really watch.
Are they both city orientated by any chance?
They may be. I'm not saying for sure.
So when you look through the history of that sort of film, and did you see any of the interviews from Sly Stallone when he was talking about why he did Escape to Victory and stuff?
No. Money won it.
Yes. Oh no, I don't need it as in keep. I've got it on Blu-ray, but I need it. Yeah, I need it for something. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, Lana's just showing me something out of a room. Right. Yeah. So you've got. So Sly Stallone's doing quite a few interviews in like the early 2000s, etc.
Yeah,
and he was saying the reason why he opted to do Escape to Victory is because you'll never get a film like that. You'd never get. I was ignoring The Prisoner. You would never get. You would never get in the cast or anything to make that type of film again. In the way that it is. And he was going on about remakes and stuff like that. Did we remake it? Who would you get to play the role of Michael Caine? Who would you get to play Max van Sydow and stuff like that? Who would play those roles? And you would never get that type of cast in a film like that again. And then he goes on to make Expendables.
That's true.
Yeah.
But again, at the time, you're obviously looking at it as an actor at the time and saying, this is probably a one-off,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
ladies and gents, my little brother-in-law has just joined onto the channel.
Luke, brilliant.
Say hello to Luke. We have Luke to thank for the rebranding that you're seeing at the moment.
And you were taking all the credit for that.
No, Luke and I are passing ideas off. Luke's just got all the software to make it happen better than I do. So,
nice one, Luke.
We've got him to thank for the wonderful new intro that we've got and the new VTs that you'll see in the up and coming weeks. We are working on it, and like I say, we are rebranding it. So I'll just give Luke a shout out there. Cheers, buddy. You're doing a great job. You're still not getting paid for it, but help when you come round. Hello, Peter. Thank you for joining us, Peter. And AJ's popped in. Thank you very much, AJ. Hope you're both doing very well. So the homework, mate, I was really impressed with the film. I loved the film. It was great to have a chance to watch it again. And I think that's the beauty of what we're doing here is, all these films that are coming through and stuff like that.
It's not just that. I mean, there's movies that have been suggested that I would never have picked out.
No.
You know, and I mean, I know that's a classic. That's a slightly different one, but I know I keep harping back to it. But if you look at some of the stuff that we did when we first started with Chris, I would never have watched half of those movies.
I wish I hadn't watched. Luke, cheeky son, better get me a drink. Yeah, mate, help yourself to the bar when you come round. You know where it is. Right. Okay. Let's move on to the year review, shall we? Okay, so this week we are looking at the year of 1984. Now, I did put in the description, is this going to throw out another classic early 80s year? And to be honest, I don't think it did. You look like you've got a face that's going to disagree with me there, Steve.
No, say it again.
That I was hoping that 1984 was going to give us another great early 80s year to review.
No, definitely not. No. I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, the thing is that there is you could potentially put a top 10 together without a doubt. But after that, maybe, I don't know if it's our age or what, but I would say that most of them I didn't really care for, to be honest.
To be honest, I struggled with this year.
Oh, I've got a top 5 easy.
I've got my top 5, but then just thinking of some mentions, it was Chris has put here Zombievers. You'll never forget it. Great film.
See, that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be nice about it. Sorry, Chris, I can't apologise enough for my colleague, my co-host.
Rubber.
What more do you want? It's the best killer tyre movie you'll ever see.
Let's put it this way. I never thought I'd be walking into a car garage asking for a tyre.
Can you imagine going getting that signed by a director?
Right. So, would you like to start off with your top 5 or mentions, or whichever way you'd like to progress?
Yeah. Well, my top 5. I think number 5 might throw you a bit, but I like it. Number 5, Supergirl.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 4,
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Number 3, Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Gremlins.
Yeah.
And number 1, Karate Kid.
So we have got slightly different movies.
However, my honourable mentions would be Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
The first Police Academy, which is really good, and Terminator.
See, why is Terminator not in your top 5?
Because I didn't see it early enough. I mean, I've seen it, but I think because I've been spoiled by number 2, if that makes any sense. So seeing that and then seeing the Terminator afterwards, I was like, yeah, it's good. But if I'd maybe seen it the other way around, I probably would have had it a bit higher up in my rankings.
Right. Okay. So you start.
Yeah, I know, Kathy. I know, but I'm hoping as Steve loves the musical, he's probably going to mention it.
No, you're not. You're right. I'm not mentioning. However, Kevin Bacon, on the other hand, is a cracking actor.
Is it what?
Is a cracking actor.
Oh, cracking actor.
Yeah. Belle's just sent me a picture. She's grown to like a tire.
Nice one, Belle.
Right. Right. There you go. Right. Yeah. So my mentions will go with Splash,
Okay.
Dune,
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop, The Toxic Avenger,
Oh,
and Police Academy.
you went for a bit of an out of the box situation there, didn't you?
Well, with Toxic Avenger,
Yeah.
I love that film. We were just talking there about films that will never get remade to the standard or to the level of the original one. And the Toxic Avenger is going to be that. And I'm not having great hopes for the remake with Peter Dinklage.
Right. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because literally about 10 minutes before we came on, I noticed a video on YouTube. Anyway, I've checked it out. I did not know they'd remade Father of the Bride.
Yes, apparently so.
I am devastated. I mean, I'm probably not going to watch it because I love Steve Martin and I love them films 1 and 2. The fact that they've done that, I mean, I know the 1991 one was a remake anyway.
Yeah.
But you know, from my era, that's the only one I know. But to sort of they're making another one, just like find something else to bloody make. Jesus.
Couple of comments here. Sherry says she's spoiled by number 2. Joanne says she forgot Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, but it wasn't the first one, was it? Or was it the first one?
It was the first one, yeah.
It was, it's around something else.
Uncle Albert's put during the war. What's he put here? We didn't have to fight any cybernetic robots sent back to kill Sarah Connor.
That's true.
Christmas 1984 sounds like a good year. Well,
it is, but what we're saying is that when we've looked at these lists recently, especially in the last sort of month or so, we've really had to sort of think about what we were going to put in the top 10 or top 5. I think there is movies that we've missed, obviously. I mean, I've got the whole
itself for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the whole Nightmare on Elm Street set. You know, Footloose. I do like Footloose. I mean, I don't particularly hold it as high as something like Dirty Dancing, but I do like Footloose and I like the soundtrack. But it doesn't. These movies are the ones that I grew up on. Do you know what I mean? So there's the fondness of the movies there, really, for me.
Evening, Rich. So my top 5 in no particular order.
Hey, Rich.
I have got The Neverending Story, got Terminator, Ghostbusters, Gremlins, and The Last Starfighter.
Oh, of course. I remember seeing that on the list as well.
Well, we watched that for homework with Chris, The Last Starfighter.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Neverending Story, that was another one that was on there, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I'm just about to list some DVDs and Blu-ray bundles on my eBay if anyone's interested. Right, ladies and gents, as I say, we're on shameless plugs on this channel. There's channel. Help yourself. It's all stuff. It's all stuff that you've seen me pick up over the up and coming weeks, or the last couple of weeks. So help yourself. Right, highest grossing movies of 1984, Steve. Where were we going to go?
Beverly Hills Cop.
No.
Ghostbusters.
At number 1.
Yes. See, this is another thing that puzzled me, right? Gremlins. Was that in it?
Gremlins is number 3.
Right, now, without looking, when do you think that was released?
It was probably released in August, ready for Christmas.
June.
June. Right, I wasn't far off. Yeah.
But that really, you'd launched that Halloween time, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. But with it being sort of Christmas themed, you probably.
But then it could play through, couldn't it? Back then, they were in cinemas for 6 months.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. With it being Christmas themed, you probably get all the summer release. People going to watch it the first time, and then going to watch it again Christmas.
It really puzzled me that they brought it out in like June.
Mm.
You know.
So that was number 3.
Terminator.
No.
Santa's going, Gremlins is not a Christmas movie.
You're telling me Die Hard's not a Christmas movie next?
I'm not buying that. Okay, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
At number 2.
Yeah, top 3. Woo!
And you should get the 4th one, mate.
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Best Director of 1985. Someone's mentioned it in the chat here.
Is it Steve or is it Spielberg?
No. Someone's mentioned the film in the chat.
Oh, okay, narrows it down. Yeah, so there's a question. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Because we need the opinions. I'm saying it is.
Of course it is. It's filmed at Christmas. He's going to a Christmas party. They're giving presents away. It's a Christmas film.
I don't know the director, mate. Go on. It's not James Cameron.
Milos Forman for Amadeus.
See, I've never seen Amadeus.
No. Is that where the song comes from? Rock Me, Amadeus. Is that in that?
Yeah, of course it is.
Is it?
No, I don't think so, mate.
I don't know. I don't know what the film's about. And there's a song from the 80s called Amadeus. So.
Rock Me, Amadeus.
Yeah. Is it a shit musical that I don't know about? Hi, Joan.
Oh, fucking hell. That's amazing. There we go, see. Hey, Joan. Santa's saying it as well. It's definitely a Christmas movie. See, I would have said James Cameron, Joanne, but the thing is that I don't think Terminator was that big a movie straight off the bat. Well, clearly it wasn't, because it weren't in the top 3 for a start. But I think it was one of those that sort of grew in popularity.
Wasn't Terminator his first major film?
Maybe blockbuster film, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was his first film.
Because he did a lot of special effects and stuff beforehand, didn't he? Highest grossing actors of 1984.
That would be Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy at number 2. He had Beverly Hills Cop, Trading Places, and 48 Hours.
What about? See, even Schwarzenegger, I don't think he would have been paid a lot for Terminator. What about Harrison Ford?
Number 3 for Star Wars: Return of the Jedi, Blade Runner, and Indiana Jones: The Temple of Doom.
Bill Murray?
Nope. Close though.
Is it one of the Busters?
Who was the other famous Buster?
Dan Aykroyd.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm nailing this. 84's my year. Clearly, I was only 2.
Yeah, well, you'll say that maybe you've named 3 out the top 4. You've not got the first spot yet.
I thought I had number 1.
No, you've had Murphy at 2, Ford at 3, and Aykroyd at 4. Kathy says Santa is wrong. He's not wrong.
Santa's not wrong, Kathy. It's a Christmas movie. No, Santa's very canon. Conan was his first.
How is somebody going to meet his wife at Christmas at a Christmas party with presents not a Christmas movie?
Exactly. Where is it? The Unbearable. That's someone. Sorry, I'm just writing something down so I can talk about it.
Okay.
Because we're not in that section yet. So no, I don't know what it is, mate. Go on, give us a clue.
Clint Eastwood.
All the westerns.
Sudden Impact, Tightrope, Firefox, and City Heat.
Ah.
Now, I'm not going to lie, I've not heard any of them.
Hey, Stu. You've not heard of any of them?
No. I'm gonna have to go and watch Clint Eastwood movies because the next time we've got Nate on from Razor's Edge, he's a big Clint Eastwood fan, isn't he? So I'll need to do some research and watch some westerns and stuff. We have him in, so I've got something to talk to him about.
Part thinking of you this time of year. Bloody hell, it doesn't seem like a year ago.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all.
You and Rich obviously were thinking of you. Sending our best. Yeah. Oh gosh.
See, we've got a family dispute going on here now.
Whoever comes on first wins it.
Right. There we go. Right. Yeah, so 1984, on paper, it looks like it should be a good year, but to be honest, I sort of struggled.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I say, it was a relatively easy task, put it that way.
Yes.
I looked at it, I could get this done in 5 minutes.
Yeah. We'll do the wheels later on, Steve, because I have updated the actors' wheels, so we'll talk about that in a minute. So we'll jump into movie news.
Okay.
Right, so I've got a couple of pieces of movie news. Now, I know how much you guys love it when I talk about Marvel. So,
no.
When I came on...
Hey, Queenie.
Bear in mind, this is a Star Trek Discovery t-shirt, by the way. It's not Disco Steve Sparkle, but that's you. Okay. Just before anyone mentions why I got a disco t-shirt on. Right, so we are Marvel, right? So we've discussed this previously with Doctor Strange, so the fact that they have to change the films to match the series as the series are coming out and the reactions people are getting from that.
Don't be spoiling Doctor Strange.
No, well, I'm not. But Disney are now in trouble because to get Secret Invasion over the line, they've got to retcon the ending of Infinity War.
Right, okay.
So people do not die in Infinity War that were on screen dying in Infinity War. That's why they're not an Endgame.
Okay.
And that's how they can get round Secret Invasion. So my question to you, are we now in a predicament with these extended universes where the writers and people like that don't give a shit what was released 6-7 years ago because normal people will forget about that?
I don't know how they're going to... I mean, yeah, like you say, it needs to all sort of tie in together, doesn't it? And it's going to be difficult. I mean, these writers aren't daft. They know what they're doing. But I can understand what your point is.
And before anyone puts it in the chat, it's all this universe of madness and all that crap. It's not the retconning the ending of probably their iconic series. You know, the ending of Infinity War brought on so much emotion for a lot of people. You know, but the continuity of the series and the films and the phases, I just think they're in trouble. They're in the Star Wars realm of trouble.
In the Star Wars realm of trouble.
Yeah, Star Wars.
I still need to watch Obi-Wan. Right. Mate, I've been busy on The Boys this week.
Oh, you've been busy with The Boys?
Been busy with The Boys. What else can I say?
Are you up to date?
I am very much up to date. Thank you very much.
What did you think? What did you? We'll talk later. We can't talk. Do you see at the bottom where it says it may contain spoilers? I am not about to spoil the boys for anyone. Right. My next point of movie news is going to be Godzilla vs. Kong 2, the sequel, has been given a release date of November 2024.
Do you know what? The Godzilla vs. Kong stuff, I was this close this week to picking up the monster box set.
The monster
There's basically a tin that's got I think it's 4 or 5. I think it's 4 steel books in.
Mm-hmm.
They're all 4K, but it's like 90 quid at CEX. And obviously, because I had vouchers this week, I was so tempted to pick it up. And I just thought, you know what? I've got the movies anyway, and it's basically I've been buying it for a tin. In fact, I was going to trade in a steelbook that was in the set just to do it. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it in the end. So I ended up not pulling the trigger. But it's if there's another one coming out, I might have to wait till then.
Yeah. So Godzilla vs. Kong 2 is got a release date in November 2024.
Ooh.
Now I watched Kong versus Zilla versus Kong not so long ago, and I was quite impressed. But I don't know where they're going to get the second one from, because they've got this mutual agreement now, haven't they? Now he's back in the core world or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Dune Part 2 has been delayed. It was meant to be released in October this year. It's been pushed back to November this year. And that puts it in direct firing line of the Hunger Games prequel, of the Ballad of Snakes and Songbirds, or whatever it was called.
Okay.
Songbirds and Snakes. But they're now going to be in direct competition. They're both coming out on the same weekend in November. So it's going to be an interesting one. That's going to be a weekend of blockbuster and, spending some time in the cinema there.
Fair enough.
My last piece of movie news, Steve, for you is Romy and Michelle high school reunion.
Yeah,
it's 25 years old.
Wow!
And they've just announced it's getting a sequel.
How? How?
So it's going to be
they
go back to school 25 years after their 10-year reunion. It's going to be a 35-year reunion. Wow.
I mean, yeah. It won't be the first one I watch, put it that way, when it comes out.
Well, I thought with your Mean Girls obsession I've just been paid for something. Who's bought something off me? I've just had a sale on eBay. Oh, there we go.
All right. Go off.
Hey, I tell you what, I listened to Car Boot Chris and I promoted my listings, and I've had quite a few sales this last week or so.
Have you?
Yeah. So I'm gonna list all my movie poster, my big movie posters. So I'll do a video on them. So if anyone wants an 8-foot long Transformers movie poster that will probably fill up your garden fences, then let me know. I've got a couple. So Romy and Michelle high school reunion is 25 years old, and they've just announced a sequel. So we all know what that storyline's going to be about, don't we? They're going to go back to school, and what have you done? We've done jack shit for 25 years, and we're the same people as we were back then, and they're not going to fit in.
Yeah.
Right, let's catch up on the chat here. So Peter's saying continuity, that won't catch on. No, you're right, it won't. When I was a kid, I watched Godzilla movie. The monster carefully built skyscrapers before moonwalking into the sea. Then he realised they were watching it backwards.
You can always guarantee on Stu, can't you?
You can. Right, let's jump into pickups of the week, shall we? So, eye pickups. We'll go through
big screen. Put on big screen.
We'll go through these quickly. Now, I'll put them over this side because Kathy was complaining last week. I was putting it in the chat. Okay. So, my first one was Mel Gibson's Apocalypto.
Okay.
Now, I love this. Now, this is £3 for £1 in me.
Okay.
In me little
Did you manage to find 3 for £1? Was you arguing with them that you couldn't have 2 for £1?
No, my little charity shop, Steve. Look after me. So, 3 for £1. So, I've got Apocalypto. I then got Knowing. Now, I know Nicolas Cage gets a bit of a bad rap for some of his films.
Nicolas Cage is a legend.
I do like this film, Knowing. So when I saw it 3 for £1, I thought, you know what, I'll have to get that one. And this one, now I've never seen this.
Lucy, you've never seen it?
I've not seen Lucy, so I thought, you know what?
Oh, it's a great movie.
That will make up my third film. So 3 for £1. Then I talked about this briefly on Movie Chats Extra. Me little adventure with Romeo and Juliet. Now, I still haven't got round to taking the security tag out the back of it.
Please, for the people that haven't seen the Movie Chats Extra, please tell them what the hell has gone on.
Right, so I picked this up, right, and I noticed that they'd left a little security tag in here, right? Do you know, to stop you from stealing it? So to open it, I got a screw. I asked the charity shop if we got a screwdriver, and he went, "Oh yeah." So she gave me a screwdriver. So I popped that bit out and snapped it off. What you don't realise is that the security tag stops you from popping the disc out the case. So if you look carefully, you'll see there's still a little bit of red in that slot there.
He's got a display only Romeo and Juliet.
So, yeah, look, I'll show you. So you can't clip it, but if you carefully bend the disc.
Don't bend the disc.
Right. Anyway, so you can't pop the bloody thing out. So I'm going to have to get a pair of pliers or something and see if I can pull it out of that to release that so I can pop it. Worst case scenario, I'm going to have to snap the case, replace the case in the sleeve, and then I've got a copy of Romeo and Juliet. Now, that's a lot of work for this bloody film. It's a good job I enjoy it, and it's got a cracking soundtrack. Because it's in 3D.
It's got normal as well.
Yeah, but I thought, you know what? It might be worth something. It's not. It's worth a penny. Oh, bloody hell. It just fell off my table. So the next two are for you, Steve. Okay, so on Movie Chats Extra, you mentioned that you've got a couple of the great concert Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Yeah? So I picked you up JLS.
You absolute tit.
So you've now got 2 JLS concerts on Blu-ray, and one of them's in 3D.
Listen, you don't want to start this war. You really, really don't.
Eyes Wide Open is now in 3D, mate. So that one's
I can't wait.
So it's a double disc. It's got great artwork of the boys on the disc, mate. I thought you'd love it. And then the other one's their first ever concert.
Do you know what? Sod it. Come on, get them. You pay for delivery and get them sent to me. Thank you very much, Steve.
And then the last one I picked up was the Star Wars Complete Saga from
Brilliant.
CEX for £20.
Really good artwork on that as well.
Yeah. So this is what I bought when I was in CEX and traded all that stuff in. I was having a good look around, and then I realised to myself, do you know what? I haven't actually got a complete set on DVD. So I picked this up.
Nice one, mate. That's good.
So yeah, that's my pickup. So like
that's
I say,
it, David. Yes, my heart beats again. Thanks very much for that, you tit. Honestly. This has started a war now.
Yep.
Right.
See, Dave, you would say that you would think you need the magnet. Yeah. what you don't realise is that me being me,
Strength.
I snapped the bit off that's actually got the magnet in it, so I could get into the case. Yeah. How many copies of Romeo and Juliet were ever stolen? One in Ellesmere Port, and I ended up picking up. Right. Come on then. Let's see what you've got.
What's going on my sensor tonight? It keeps losing signal. Okay, so I've got a couple of DVDs to start
When
me off.
have I ever danced, Luke? Never mind your JLS.
I've got a feeling the fact that he wants me to open this package on air, I've got a feeling there's something in there, so I will do that in a second.
Well, up until this morning, mate, it wasn't delivered.
Yeah, well, this is it. I was starting to get a bit worried. I thought you'd skimped out and paid second class. Anyway, so a couple of DVDs I picked up. I bought like 10 for I bought a massive stack for like a tenner, traded them in, but I kept hold of this, which is the box set of series 1 to 3 of Robot Chicken.
Oh, okay.
So I thought I'll keep hold of that because it's quite nice. A couple of others I picked up were Captain Ron.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen in a while. And then, because I am a genuine mate, Steve, I saw this and I thought, I wonder if this is any good. Free Enterprise.
Yeah, that does look good.
Love London Party with William Shatner in.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Right. So now to the serious stuff. I say serious stuff. I picked up another. This cost me 50p, but I picked it up anyway, which is the Gavin and Stacey Definitive Collection.
Okay.
Only because I wanted the Christmas one, the newest Christmas one on there. So I picked that up. That was like 50p. A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey in. This is one of those situations we used to where I thought it might be worth a little bit more than it is, but it isn't. So I'll keep hold of that until Christmas. I got the Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these were through a trade-in as well, so I just want to point that out. I didn't just go absolutely mental, in case my wife's watching. I got Bill and Ted Face the Music. Again, that was about £4 on the trade-in that I got.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought it, otherwise I probably wouldn't have picked that up. I said to you the other day I picked up Dracula, which seems to be like a 3-part series from ITV, was it? Something like that, or BBC?
BBC, I think you said, didn't you?
Yeah, BBC. But it says with a whole 20 minutes of bonus content, so I can't wait for them. One for the Arrow collection, which I mentioned the other night, which is Hire to Kill.
Yeah.
The Pokemon Series 1. Bonded by Blood 2. I'm sure this is probably one of the Poundland jobbies, but I like them sort of movies, so I'll give that a go. Again, the same sort of situation. First Man. That was nice and cheap. I got the standard Blu-ray edition of the Steelbook of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite nice.
That's great. I love that artwork on that.
This I had to pick up. It was in CEX for £1, so I had to pick it up.
It's a shame you've already seen it now because you could have done your homework.
Yeah. I got the Lost Boys trilogy,
Ooh.
which annoys me because the sticker was on top of that. That's annoying. This one I got sent through. So I'd had this ordered, and it is the Palm Springs. So I think it's the Amazon movie.
Mm-hmm.
Bit like a Groundhog. I think it's like a Groundhog Day thing, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Like a cross between Groundhog Day and that Russian Dolls, I think it is. A couple of new ones this week that came out, which are Morbius and Ambulance.
No, I wasn't a big fan of Morbius.
It's for the Marvel collection, even if I don't like it. But I haven't watched it yet, so I'm going to give that a go. This one I spoke to you about the other night. Really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Michael Bay, Ambulance. Definitely worth a watch. Then I got the stuff that came through today, which was the stuff, again, off the voucher that I've ordered from CEX. which is Arrow 6th series, 7th series, and 8th and final series.
Mm-hmm.
The Flash 7th series. So they're up to date now. And that's up to date for me, which is the Good Doctor Series 4. This was the most expensive one. This was £28 in CEX. I think it's purely because they didn't do a lot of Region 2 versions of copies. I'd love to have seen these on Blu-ray, but they've only come out on DVDs. And now this one, this was just purely for show. This is the Fast and Furious.
The first one?
No, 1 to 5.
All right, okay.
So they're not in order, which is annoying me because I haven't done that yet. But that was, I think it was about 10 or 12 quid at CX. So I thought it was pretty cool. And they've been egging me on to get it for weeks, so I picked that up with my voucher. This I got off eBay. Came today as well. I won it for I think it was £3.
Oh, that's very nice.
But it's cool, that, isn't it? It's really cool. So that's going to go in a frame on the wall up there. But Superman 3, I thought it's not my favourite of the movies. I do like it, but I just couldn't resist it when it looked so different. So that's that. 1 second. I have been putting some shelves up yesterday. I did send a picture through, but I didn't get any feedback off you, Steve, so I'm guessing you don't like it.
I was going to mention it tonight, Steve. I don't need to reply to every message, you're not the wife.
I thought you'd fell out with me, basically what
I
I've
don't
done
reply
is
to every message she sends me either.
yeah, but it's different with us. So if I can get that up there. So what I've done is I've started putting the pops on the shelves at the top. So I'm going to put another one up the top there, and then just on the opposite side as well. That's a bit crap, but I think it looks all right. But it's just using up that wasted space for them. But I had to buy 2 that were really quite long, and then I chopped a little bit off the end. Right, so let's have a look what Steve sent me.
So while you're opening that, so Kathy's saying that Princess Bride's one of her favourite films, and then Santa said The Princess Bride is his second favourite film after Shawshank Redemption.
There we go. Oh, and that was the other reason. One of the reasons why I'd done that is I wanted to create a bit more space up there because I want to put my kids' TV shows and stuff here. So that was the idea. So obviously this ties in with that. So Steve kindly sent me through the Masters of the Universe box set that I've been whinging about. He was gonna shove it on the T-Bay, but decided he'd get a private sale. So, but I'm dead chuffed. He's done me a deal. I need to get a couple of discs cleaned, I think you said, didn't I?
You do, mate, yeah.
But that's not a problem. And then I have another Steelbook, ladies and gentlemen. It's only DVD, but it is chick flicks, honestly. So, Holiday's not bad. Made in Manhattan, I've not seen that in a while. Along Came Polly. Intolerable Cruelty, that's
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
That's the one. And 13 going on 30. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I've honestly never seen one that's got that in the middle of it. But yeah, so I've got some real good chick flicks to watch there, Steve, haven't I?
Yeah, well, you've got to give you a break from Mean Girls.
Well, this is it. But that's awesome, guys. Thank you. I'm never going to live this down, honestly. Actually, I'm going to... What's that? Oh, no, Flat Eric. Yeah, I've had that. Santa, I've had that for years now. I went into a charity shop and the guy had it on a raffle. We've got tags and everything. And I said to him, I want to buy that. How much for it? He's like, oh, give me a number. And I was like, £3? He's like, yeah, all right then. So I just paid £3 for it and he took it off the raffle for me. I was well chuffed with that. So I've never got rid of it. I need to check these. I'm going to check these discs while I'm chatting away.
I think there is a couple, mate, that have probably been used as coasters.
Well, that's not too bad, that one.
They do play. They do play.
I'll get them clean, mate. It's fine. It's not a problem.
Yeah, there is one that
Okay.
I think it's one of the later ones. Right, let's move into the free for all, shall we? And let's see if we can get anybody on. Lana did say to me though that I shouldn't really get involved in sending you chick flicks and stuff like that.
Oh, it's number 4.
Is it number 4?
Yeah.
All right, let's move into free for all. So there we go, ladies and gents. The link is now in the chat. Feel free to come and join us. Come and tell us what you've picked up, what you'd like watching, what you've watched this week, etc. Steve, you've mentioned the boys this evening. Now, without giving too much away, what are you thinking of the current series?
Do you know what? I spoke to a cousin of a friend of mine, and he said to me, so basically a friend of mine. And he said to me, you know what? I watched them all, and I struggled this season to actually watch them. I was like, all right, okay. He's just a bit close to the bone sort of thing. And I'm like, right, okay. But then I knew, like, the first episode, there was something in that because everyone was kicking off about it. But that's not even a patch on episode 6 or whatever fucking episode it is. But bloody hell, yeah. And them writers must be having a whale of a time. Honestly, they must be seeing how far they can push that envelope.
Not just the writers though; the actors must be having a laugh.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is that you imagine like all of the times people were kicking off because of like South Park and stuff like that, and how controversial them and even Rick and Morty to an extent. You know, and this, wow, honestly, Lou has a go at me if anything comes on TV that has the remotest of a sex scene in it. It's like, oh, you're watching porn or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm watching a film.
Well, Lana says that to me every time she catches me watching Game of Thrones or Spartacus. It just
yeah, exactly, yeah. So I couldn't watch Spartacus or whatever it is in this house. I couldn't, not unless she's not there.
Yeah, but what Lana doesn't realise though is that there's 3 episodes where nothing happens. She just happens
to that 1 second where she walks in the door,
where the slaves are. Yeah.
So, but the thing is that like, I enjoy it, but I think there has been a couple of fucking dodgy moments in this series, really, hasn't they? You know, but then apparently, if you look at like the graphic novels, you know, a lot of this is sort of expected, really.
Yeah. Well, they've watered down.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
The Homelander Soldier Boy story.
Yeah, they did. That's what I read as well. That they'd watered some of it. It's like some of the scenes in the Homelander. Yeah, it was the Homelander and Soldier Boy scenes, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. They've watered that down. Have you caught up on like Umbrella Academy and all of that sort of stuff yet?
What's that? No, I haven't. I'd like to say, I mean, don't get me wrong. The thing is that with the boys, it's like an hour an episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's, you know, I've had to sort of catch up with them, because I said I wouldn't. I wanted to watch them anyway. But no, I'll have to get around to, because I was looking at Umbrella Academy last night, but it was a bit too late, so I just left it in the end. So, but I've still got them to watch. Cobra. So, what I mean, what's your thoughts on it though? What's your thoughts then?
I love the series. I love the boys.
Oh, I'm not saying, yeah, I love it. Yeah, don't get me wrong.
I think it's taken a different view of the superhero genre. You know, you just thought there were a couple of series of Arrow and Flash. You'd never see any of that in the Flash.
No.
But did you see any of that Jupiter? Oh, what was it called? Jupiter Ascending, was it?
Isn't that a film?
What's it called? Jupiter Ascending or something? Jupiter's Legacy or something like that. It was, wasn't it? Jupiter's. I'm sure it was called Jupiter's Legacy.
Come on, help him out. Blame the makeup artist. They brought red.
Yeah. Did you see any of that Jupiter's Legacy?
No.
Well, that's very similar to The Boys in a sense. It's a superhero family that, you know, are trying to change with the times, etc., and come modern. And that's what The Boys are. It's a superhero that's controlled by corporate figures and stuff like that.
100%. And again, like I say, it's that's what I like about it. The fact that it is different, you know. It's not your typical superhero program, is it, or movie, or you know, it. That's what I've always liked about it. Hey, Santa, bloody hell, he's still on that beach.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
He hasn't moved since Monday, ladies and gents.
He hasn't. He's still there.
How's it going, buddy? You all right?
Wow.
Oh, I need to move out here. This is nice.
Beautiful, that.
Makes you change for more of that snow, I take it.
Oh, this is way better than all the elves driving you nuts.
Good stuff, good stuff. So, what have you been watching this week, Santa? Have you watched any of The Boys?
I have not. I've been watching the surf.
So, have you watched anything good this week while you've not been on the beach?
Not a lot.
He's not moved. That's amazing, though. That view is awesome.
We've got a question from Queenie. Elaine's asking, can you surf?
Oh, a couple 100 pounds ago, I probably could surf. Actually, I was a surfer as a young person, but
wow, that's cool.
I try not to get too close to the water because these young people will think I'm a whale that has beached himself, and they will push me back in the water.
Hey, great.
These young people will think I'm a whale that has beached himself, and they will.
Has someone left their YouTube open somewhere?
I think Chris has.
Has someone left their YouTube open somewhere? Chris, you just want to check your YouTube, mate?
It might have been me.
Rookie error. Rookie error from an experienced guy.
We're almost got a full panel.
Wow, thank you, guys.
So, Santa's been busy sunning himself on the beach and not watching anything and just enjoying himself. Chris, what have you watched this week? Anything good?
Yeah, we've been watching some good stuff, actually. First thing, Elvis.
Yes.
Oh, my God, what a good film that is.
Now,
if you've not watched it yet, guys in the chat, you need to go watch Elvis.
What really makes me cry is my mum and dad went and watched it the weekend. I'm like, yeah, okay, I can't. I'm not gone.
Now, you know my natural hatred of musicals, Chris. Is it more Rocket Man than Bohemian Rhapsody, or is it more Bohemian Rhapsody?
It's definitely Bohemian Rhapsody rather than Rocket Man's a bit wacky. In like weird scenes and stuff, but it's definitely more just like a life story type thing with lots of music in it.
We could just have Santa's screen as like a background, just like a screensaver while we're all talking in the back.
I did think that was his beard.
It looks better.
I'm thinking he let his camera drop and we're just catching his beard there. So you would recommend Elvis then, mate? Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's brilliant, and it's got that sort of Baz Luhrmann sort of vibe to it. Obviously, he directs or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And if you've ever seen like Moulin Rouge, there's lots of camera angles, camera work, and the way that the music is mixed like proper Elvis music, and then mixed with really modern stuff. And
Oh,
how
really?
it tells the story, it's brilliant. It really is. It's got Baz Luhrmann written all over it.
I don't think there's
Well,
anything out of his I don't really like, to be honest. I've liked Strictly Ballroom as well. That's a good movie.
Something else I've been watching this week, we started watching, was The Lazarus Project.
Okay.
It's a time travel thing on Sky. Really good,
I've
actually.
seen adverts for that, mate.
Really good. Yeah. Basically, there's a crack team of they're like high up above MI5 and all that, and this team can basically reverse time, like when to stop the world ending. When they realize that the world's about to hit like an end level event, like a missile or a bomb or something like that, or a terrorist thing, they can rewind time to a certain point in time and start again and try and stop it again.
Yeah.
Really good.
Ladies and gents, we've got Halloween fan Blu-ray reviews in who's trying to spoil Stranger Things. Now, just for those that watch Stranger Things, we all know they all turn up in next season, so I wouldn't pay too much attention to that. I'll just put them in. Thank you for your comments, mate.
But Millie Bobby Brown has said it gets a bit Game of Thrones. Millie Bobby Brown, who plays 11, she said it gets a bit Game of Thrones. So
Yeah.
You might lose characters.
Yeah, well, you won't lose anyone important.
Yeah, I mean, so for me this week, I watched a good movie the other night, which I was quite surprising, is that The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Is that the Nicolas Cage one?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, it's really funny. It's very clever how they've done it, because he's obviously Nicolas Cage playing Nick Cage.
Oh, yeah.
And there's obviously loads of references to his different movies and stuff, but honestly, it's so funny the way they've done it. So he basically his career's sort of gone down the pan a bit, and he needs a bit of money. So he gets offered to buy this like cartel guy. They think he's a cartel guy that for $1 million to come over and do a show for him or something. But really, he wants him to read a script that he's written, and he wants him to star in it. Anyway, he gets over to this massive villa, and the CIA pull up and they're like, "We're investigating him. You need to work for us." So he's having to use his acting skills and stuff. It's hilarious. It's just so funny.
I do need to watch it. I think Ryan from Let's Get Kicking was talking about it the other week.
Yeah, it had a potential to really, really be terrible. But the thing is, one thing you'll notice about Nick Cage, is no matter what movie he's in, he's always 110%. No matter how bad the movie is, you know. But he sort of plays on that in this movie, and the movie knows what it is. But it's just so funny, honestly.
I'm trying to figure out what they are behind Santa.
They're the same thing that he's been under, in it. It's like a hook thing, or the tent thing.
So, what have you been watching then, Sherry?
I watched The Clique.
The Clique.
Clique. I don't know who's the actors in it, but basically it's about corruption.
Oh, okay.
And about how people at the top are very dodgy.
Are we talking about a documentary, or are we talking about a film?
No, a drama this time. I think it came out like 6 years ago or something. It's an older one that's on Netflix. But it also had Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill in the soundtrack.
Oh, really? Did it?
Tender to #1 again, won't it, for another couple of weeks?
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank
you. But one I've added to my list this week is The Man from Toronto with Kevin Hart in it.
Okay.
And I think Woody something. Pardon?
That Netflix thing.
I don't know. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Basically, Kevin Hart thinks he's going to an Airbnb, and it's not. They think he's an assassin, and he has to pretend to be the assassin. And then it is Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then the assassin makes Kevin Hart pretend he's the assassin for a while, and it's just about that. It looks quite funny. Made by the same people as the Hitman's Bodyguard, so hopefully it'll be good like that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
So that's going to be like is that like a Netflix exclusive then?
I think so. I'm not sure though.
I don't know how they're doing, because you're looking at the budget is 75 million. So it's cost them 75 million to make that movie.
Well, they got Haley Cuoco in it.
That's why they're all complaining about the lack of subscribers and the subscriber sharing and stuff like that, isn't it? Because
they're spending ridiculous money.
Yeah,
but it's got a few big actors in it, so that's probably where most of the budget went. But I've got a few pickups my mum wanted to show you.
Oh, I go on.
So we've got Roger Rabbit.
Cool, like that.
On Blu-ray.
Good.
Dave Gorman's Google Wack Adventure.
Oh, yes, I like him. He's funny.
We've seen Dave Gorman live.
Yeah, he's funny, he is.
My mum picked this up for 30p, but the disc is scratched, so we're going to have to find a new disc.
Okay.
Like that one now.
Oh, the legend!
I got a pint of water, remember? I was going to put something floating in it for you.
Yeah, just make sure there's nothing. Hey, Queenie!
All right.
Yeah, you?
Yeah, good. I'm not in my pyjamas, so I thought I'd come on.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate
Nothing wrong with being in your pyjamas.
Lovely to see you
I'm
again.
in my pyjamas, just with a hoodie covering them.
So, what did Chris say? Did you say you'd been to see the Elvis movie?
Oh, yeah.
And was it good?
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely. I can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah. Well, I'll probably have to go to that on my own. The kids want to go and watch The Rise of Gru, is it?
Ah, okay,
yeah. They really fancy that. I begrudge paying what is it at the light? It's like every $8.99 to go and watch it, and then it's going to be on soon. You know what I mean? No doubt.
Minions.
Yeah.
How many Minions films do we need?
Yeah. And there's Buzz Lightyear as well, isn't it, coming out? They might want to watch that. But
That's got slated, hasn't it?
Has it?
Yeah, that Buzz Lightyear got slated.
Well, they pulled it out of a couple of the Asian countries, haven't they? Because of the same-sex kiss and stuff like that. So they've pulled it out. The studio won't remove the scene for them, so they won't get the movie released at all. So, yeah.
But what they're doing is trying to justify the movie by saying, well, this is the story of how the toy this is the story from where the toys came from. Not that it's actually the same sort of film. Yeah, it's not looking great. But they've really hyped it up. I don't know if you've noticed, but they've really hyped it up with the amount of merchandise that's about. It's
a lot of adverts for it as well.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my mum and dad went and watched it over the weekend, and they said that Elvis is really good.
Yeah.
It's obviously like a 3-hour film.
Yeah, that's the only negative, really. It does go on a bit, but
did it feel like it went on too long?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
What about his voice? Is it his voice? Obviously.
Not sure. I think there's a mixture. I think there's a mixture of him and real life audio and visual as well, because it really mixes it up completely. It's almost seamless, really. I mean, I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, seems like a good actor, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Tom Hanks has put on a bit of weight there.
Well, the Colonel was always a big guy anyway, wasn't it? Colonel Parker, Elvis's manager, was a big guy.
So I think you've actually talked me to go and watching a semi-musical here, Chris.
It's not a musical, really. Really, I
As long
wouldn't
as it's better than that bloody Sunshine on Leaf or whatever.
No, it's not like that where
You tried to make
where
it work.
you're singing and dancing the story. It's not
Yeah.
that kind of musical. It's just it's a film with about a music
On
subject.
music.
What got hyped? I haven't heard anybody talking about. Is that Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I was just going to talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Anybody
Jeannie.
seen that?
I've seen
I've not
it.
even heard of
Everyone was
it.
talking about, it, and then it just died off, and no one said they've seen it. Or
Yeah, I was going to talk about that because we watched it this week. It's fucking terrible. It's awful. Belle
it was hyped up until somebody actually saw it.
Belle watched it to the end, but I just couldn't cope with it. I was just on my phone. I couldn't watch it. It was ridiculous. It's like this multi-dimensional thing. I couldn't make head nor tail of it. I didn't have a clue what was going on.
Turns out everything, everywhere, all at once is too much.
That's basically.
I didn't understand it. I couldn't get my head around it. It was rubbish.
Let's get it this way then. It was all hyped up for everyone to go and see it for a cinema release, but the film's shite.
Well, it's got good reviews on. It's got good marks on Internet Database. It's like 8.3 or something, and that's pretty high. But I didn't like it.
I just don't really bother with the cinema anymore. Like, I'll wait until it comes out at home.
Well, it's not long, and then it comes out. I mean, it only seemed like it must have been the weekend we had the meet-up that Charlie went to Doctor Strange, and now obviously watched it. Watched it.
Well, it was the weekend of the meet-up because I answered the phone to him and asked him what he thought about it.
Yeah. So we ended up watching it here. So it's not. I mean, how long ago was that? Really, about 5 weeks at the most.
Yeah.
They may want it. It's not, I mean, I did think that was a bit mad, to be fair, the timescale on that one.
Yeah. I watched House of Gucci as well this week.
Oh, yeah? What do you reckon?
That was cinema. And that was good. I liked it. Lady Gaga, I can't go wrong in my eyes, though. She's so talented.
Yeah, I do.
I loved her in American Horror Story as well.
Yeah, she was fantastic in that. That was a great series, and still is a great series.
And
declined slightly, and it like the first American Horror Story.
Yeah. I can't remember the order I put them in, but I think the first one was at the top. Murder House is always at the top, and then the ones underneath change.
Yeah.
What's that, Santa?
He found a shell. Oh, he's got his
Wow, that's cool.
Took Rudolph to the beach.
Well, that's really cool, that.
I saw Top Gun Maverick a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah?
Really, really good film. I'm sure it has a different appeal to Americans than it does to British people, but it was a great movie.
No, I think the reception over here has been pretty positive about it.
I really enjoyed Top Gun Maverick. I thought it was better than the first one, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I think it was too. It's just nice to go see a movie that doesn't have some sort of political message or something that someone wants to.
The first one was a little bit more of a love story with fighter jets. This one was a little bit more of a well thought out story. Oh, and by the way, he now sleeps with his ex again, so that's sort of that. But like I say, it was interesting though when you realise who Penny actually is. He's the one that he got into trouble for in the first film.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
Thank you,
great tie-in.
Say?
You know. There's a
I was saying hi, Jilly.
Oh,
all right.
Sorry. Interrupted, but not very interested.
Is this where Santa runs across the bottom of the screen now in slow mo?
He's even in red.
Go on, Santa. Santa, I'll put you on big screen if you do your Baywatch run. Go on.
Preparing.
After that beard in the wind.
Do your Baywatch run across the camera.
Look at that, guys, honestly.
So jealous.
There he is.
Yay!
Well done, mate.
Can you ask him to be a little bit more sexy next time? He's got kind of.
Or sexy. I'm just trying not to have a heart attack.
Okay. We need you for Christmas. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't worry, Santa. You've still got 6 months to recover for that.
Especially this year with the rising costs. Jesus.
Yeah, you don't get that on Cookie and the Haydens, do you?
So you were saying as well, the boys. So I finished the boys last week as well. But Charlie's been begging me to let him watch it. So, and I know, and obviously Charlie, we've let him watch all the horror films, but it's just one little bit too far for me. Do you know? I don't know. But
yeah. Like the first couple of series, fair enough, but this one.
Yeah, I know. It was just. So I'm still, I'm still saying no at the moment, but.
This later series has pushed boundaries, especially this last episode.
Yeah.
With the Herogasm, you know, that's the bit for me. But I do quite like how they took Starlight from being.
Oh, I liked that at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Oh. My dad hasn't watched it yet.
On the beach.
Who hasn't?
My dad, who's just shouted spoilers.
Oh no, there's no spoilers in this bit.
If your dad hasn't noticed, it is on the bottom there that it may contain spoilers.
I think everything kind of turned to a different level when it was The Walking Dead. Do you remember they released that scene where Negan was going to do the bat scene?
Yeah.
And then since then, it's just escalated, like, who can kind of, like, what can be the most shocking scene on TV? I mean,
yeah, and this is it. I mean, it's the shock factor in it in some of it.
That opening scene of the boys, I just literally had my hand over my mouth like that. And my husband like, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? And then I was like, I can't even.
How do you explain that? How do you explain that to him?
Just when you think you can't get any worse than the sneeze, you know, and then you see this week's.
I know. Like you say, what about people walking in? It was like Bobby walked in just at the time that something was coming out the door. Like, I was like, go on, get out.
Look at that snake.
Have you seen? Are you up to date, Cherry? Are we ruining it for you?
I don't watch it. It's my dad that does.
Right.
Oh, bless him. Well, we'll leave it at that because we don't want to piss off your family. We'll lose 2 viewers.
And I started the Umbrella Academy as well. About three on that now. So.
What did you think to the dance off in the first episode?
I loved it.
Yeah, it was that a bit, but after you realise what was going on, you know, it was good. But what had we just? Something had been on recently that I'd watched. It had quite a similar scene in it. And it felt like, because they were so close together, I felt like it was a bit of a copycat thing. I can't remember what I'd watched, but they had this kind of similar kind of scene in it. But it fitted well, you know. It's all right.
I thought the same, but I can't remember what it was. It was in either, but
there was something else where they've done a similar scene where they've done that. I can't think now.
Oh, but it's Guardians of the Galaxy does it a bit.
Yeah, Guardians do it because that was the famous bit, wasn't it? What you're doing? It's a dance off. Get over it. Or something. So, was it? It wasn't straight. It wasn't Stranger Things. It was. Come on, Steve. Help us out. Was it Mean Girls?
Okay, Disco Steve.
I saw a clip for something today. Airbnb in America double booked, and it's a horror. No idea what it was called. I want to see it.
Ooh. It's not X, is it?
There's a new horror out at the cinema at the moment, isn't there? What?
Black Phone.
Black Phone.
Yeah, what's that? Yeah. Is that look? What's the reviews on that? Is it out yet?
To be fair, I'm not really a big horror fan, but everyone's raving about it, and Lana wants to go and see it, so I might get some husband points and take her.
There's one that's come out on.
You're taking me to the horror and not to the Elvis one.
Yeah.
There's one that's come out on Blu-ray this week. I think it is called X. That looks good. It's like it looks like they hire out like I want to say it's not a B&B, but it's a house thing, and I think they want to shoot porn in it or something. But
remember what Billy's on about then, isn't it?
there's a big story on it. But yeah, look, it's hard to explain, but the trailer looks good, so I might give that a go. It's X, literally the X. So I don't think there's any big names in it, man.
So I've got a question
Oh, yeah.
for you now, then, guys. Which one of you is going to start off the competition and start off the prize? Because other YouTube channels run a competition, and their viewers actually give the prizes and donate them and post them out.
Oh, Chris, you shouldn't have to put up with this, mate. I'm sorry about this.
Hey, listen, you two. I made you.
Terrible.
Sorry, Chris's mic
Terrible.
broke. Chris's mic
The dog.
broke now.
Oh, bless him.
It could be worse. He could have told us he like busted, and then we could have changed his name.
Yeah,
I've
that's
got
true.
a question for you. Something
Yeah,
I was
go on.
thinking about this week.
Hey, Lenny.
Why have British TV series? Why do we have this tradition of having 6 episodes in a series?
Yeah, I
Like,
thought that.
You only just get started, and then that's the end of series 1 or the end of series 2. Why
Yeah.
is it? Because you go over to America, right? And this is the example. I've been watching The Office in America,
Wow.
the Office
Yeah.
version of America, right? I think
Yeah.
I'm up to about episode 200, right? Because they have about
series 1.
yeah, literally every series has about 26 episodes or 28 episodes.
28
It's
episodes.
mental.
Yeah.
I think we fall
I don't get
foul of that. You fall foul of that on Netflix, though, because if you look at your Netflix series, they're all 6 to 8 episodes long.
Yeah, but they're an hour long. I mean, the thing is, you look at something like I know the Big Bang Theory or something. It's an half an hour, 28-minute runtime. So you've literally got, if you say
Yeah,
28, what is that?
that's where you get your 28 episodes.
You got 14 episodes essentially
Yeah.
if you was doing it on the same scale. But the thing is, with the English, I think it's attention span. I think there's something to do with the fact that as a nation, we will quite happily sit there and watch a 6-part episode, a 6-part of something, as opposed to it being the XL version.
You look at Star Trek, for example. The Next Generation's got 24 episodes in a series.
Yeah.
Strange New Worlds has only got 8 episodes in this series. Discovery's only got 8 episodes in this series. So it's just how to cram in such a big story over a small span of time, and then they'll take 12 months to film the next series. I can't put me think when Atlanta always says to me, why do you always find series that have got so many episodes in? And when you think about it, it's not. It's just that season 1, 2, and 3 come out so quick because they're filming them back to back.
Right.
Because the production time on it is so short because they're only so short series.
So the professional that is Google said one big reason is that it's more typical for a show to run and largely written by one individual or a pair. So 6 to 8 episodes is generally the most one person can put out a year. If the writer is someone working on multiple shows, they may skip entire years like the Peep Show does. So obviously you've got sort of 1, maybe 2 people working as like the director or whatever and the writer. Obviously across the pond they have multiple people directing, don't they? And multiple people writing episodes. What the hell's that?
Just a little show.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh.
Found something Jurassic.
He's shut up. He's
back. We're back.
2 seconds. There you go.
Oh, shells.
You shall.
On the seashore.
I think to answer Chris's question, though, the why American series always have many more parts. The American way is just to supersize everything. Why do 6 episodes when we can do 20?
How far is he going to go before that stops working?
I know.
He's got a mic on, hasn't he?
Let's see if Santa can float.
was having a paddle before.
Good evening, Lainey. Sorry if it was Lainey. She said it was her that was the Facebook user at the start. Sorry, Lainey.
Hey, Lainey.
Glad you're in the chat. We'll have to get you on soon. Jilly says she's found it. She thinks it's called Barbarian.
Oh, okay.
We are smelling toast. Couldn't work out why. Lee's boiling rice and forgot.
Yeah, I can smell the burning now.
Is your dad put his fingers in his ears so he doesn't have to listen to the boys chat and forgot he was cooking tea? Is that what he's done?
Can we just appreciate this comment? Jerry exploded eggs a while ago.
It was at the old house. It was probably about 10 years ago. No, not
She just won't let it go. Is that what it is?
No, because I still tell people about it. Basically, I put eggs on to boil and completely forgot about them. And apparently when you leave them so long, they explode everywhere. We were still finding egg until we moved out about 4 years ago.
Wow.
So yeah.
The new owners went in and were like, "Can you smell bad eggs?"
Yeah. on that eggy bombshell. Lainey's asking, have we all seen Doctor Strange in the multiverse?
No.
Not yet.
Yes.
Not yet.
No. And I want to watch it this week.
I've been watching other new seasons that have come out of things. And Umbrella Academy Stranger Things is dropping tonight. So that is my whole day gone.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow night.
Well, it's tomorrow, but they tend to come out about midnight.
Yeah, but I'll be asleep by then.
I know it is tomorrow for Steve.
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
anybody else, Steve?
I would start at 4:30 in the morning, and I would have watched it by the time Steve wakes up. Right, so.
That's true. Yeah, I've got work in mind, so I'll be up about 5:45.
Can Santa go back to the water so we can do the James Jaws theme tune? And what? I needed to go back to the edge. I was trying to play the tune.
Oh, bless
no! Don't you be playing nothing and getting me copyright right. You can do that on your own bloody channel, you.
Oh, he's back. He's back. Come on.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's more like Jurassic Park than yours.
He's getting his steps in today, isn't he?
He is.
He's just seeing every 2 minutes how far out he can get.
Right. Speaking of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, then, because I know that you guys really enjoy that franchise. Do you think they will bring like a Jurassic universe out, which is going to be like the next one? Because there is a B movie called Jurassic Universe where they go through a wormhole and end up in a Jurassic type planet. But do you think that's the end of the franchise now? And
no,
it's done.
I don't think it'll be the end. I know they've said it's the end, but I reckon there'll be at least some kind of spin-off, if not like another one. I reckon there'll be another one, but in some form, whether it's a sidestep or a prequel or something like that. I don't think it'll be the end. It's one of them. It's too much of a cash cow, in it, just to say that's it.
Yeah. Never know. They might have a reboot in about 2 years.
Yeah, it'd be nice to leave it there, but like you say, if it,
I just can't see it being the end. But what struck me as well, like if you think back to Jurassic Park 1 and the visuals in that, there's not much difference and you think it's like 30 years? It's nearly 30 years since this one. The visuals were so far advanced in that first Jurassic Park, right? You can barely tell any difference to what they are now.
Really?
Like 30 years on.
When we watched Gremlins, I watched it for the first time a couple of weeks ago. I was really impressed by Gremlins because obviously that's 30 years old now, and that was really well done. Like the graphics and that and stuff like that. It's probably all.
Gremlins is closer to 40 years old.
It's what my mum just said,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes, bloody hell, 2 more years.
Yeah, it's close to
I'm really bad at stuff like that. Like, no, it's 30 years, even though I'm only 28.
Well, it's 38 years this month.
Yeah, you said June, didn't you, earlier on? Yeah. So,
I'm just running across.
What a surreal world we live in.
Santa's on the summer holidays. Right, ladies and gents, then we are coming up to that time. I'd like to say thank you to our guests.
Oh, it's been amazing. Thank you so much, guys.
A pleasure. We need another meet-up, Elaine.
We do.
Cherry, thank you very much. Chris, always a pleasure. Santa, before you go and drown, bye-bye.
Stay safe, Santa. Stay away from the water.
Oh,
the wheel.
The wheel. Thank you.
Thank you, Cherry.
I tried to say like 5 times.
Steve, you should have reminded me about the wheel.
Wheel of Destiny. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson we should learn.
Right. So the reason why we didn't do the wheel last before was because we were talking about the actor's wheel. Okay. So let's get the out the way, shall we? First, let me know when you can see it, Stevie.
Got it.
Coming.
Take 84 off, dipshit.
It's not landed on it.
2004.
It's the year I started high school.
Don't make it
2004. Right. Okay.
2004.
2004.
Right. Oh, bollocks. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Please let it be 84. Well, we've got 2004 anyway, haven't we?
2004. Yeah. Let's make
I'll
sure I
take
don't.
84 off.
2008.
Why is it automatically deleted? Don't delete it, you silly thing.
You deleted another one.
Anyway, right. So we've got homework movie to do.
Right, so Escape from Victory off.
You know what?
Come on, Steve, you've messed this right up.
It's because I'm the only one that does anything for the channel, Chris. That's all it is.
Really? Oh, come on.
I'll watch that one.
Yeah, Netflix if anybody wants to watch it.
Now, I've been waiting for weeks for this film to come on the wheel.
All right.
So there we go. Right, so the new wheel, as you can see, I'm in the middle of building it, is the actor's wheel. So we've got so far Tom Hanks, Michael Douglas, Richard Gere, Tim Robbins, Clint Eastwood, Michael Caine, Christopher Lee, Meryl Streep, Kate Winslet, Tom Cruise, Bruce Willis. Lana's put Stephen Graham up there. She's got a bone to pick with him.
Yeah, nice one.
Bill Paxton, Tom Hardy, Christian Slater, Peter Cushing, Vincent Price, and whoever that is at the bottom, Rutger Hauer. I've never heard of him. So we have got probably a year's worth of content on the actor's wheel. If there is
got Nick Cage on there.
Sorry?
You got Nicolas Cage on there.
Okay, I put Nick Cage and John Travolta.
And Jason Statham.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie's not done enough films to put on there to...
Jason Statham has, though.
Jason Statham, yeah.
That's a very good shout.
And The Rock.
Is Michael Caine on there?
Michael Caine,
Caine's on there, yeah.
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Right.
We're going to be here all night.
Yeah, I've got to add another 15 names. Right.
Vin
Okay.
Diesel.
So the year is 2004, and the movie is Legend. So we'll probably be watching that tomorrow now, because, like I say, we've got a copy of it on DVD for when it came up on the wheel. Thank you
I
for
agree with
joining
you,
us.
Joan.
Oh, before we go, Chris kindly handed over control of the Facebook page to ourselves. Steve and I were already admins on it, and Chris has kindly said that we could take it over. So if you haven't already, please join us on the Facebook page, Movie Chats and Film Geeks. We do post quite a few bits and bobs on there. You know, and other people put their reviews, their videos, and everything on there. So if you're into your films, please go and do that. You can also find us on Instagram at moviechats_2021. And yes, before you say it, I am aware it is the wrong year, but that was the year the account was created. Thank you very much for those that commented on Facebook. Yes. So other than that, ladies and gents, I'd just like to say thank you to the guests.
Thank you again.
Please like the video. Many YouTubers do say this, but it does help the algorithms, and we do get out there because of it.
Thank you.
And if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please hit that. According to the analytics, 70% of the people that watch are already subscribed, which means 30% of you aren't and just watching the content. Thank you for watching. However, do hit that button anyway. On that note, ladies and gents, I am going to love yous and leave yous. And like I say, bye-bye and see
Thank
you
you so
guys.
much, everybody.
Have a good
Appreciate it.
week. See you later.
Take care, all.
See you
Bye.
in the next
Bye.
one. Bye-bye.
Bye.